Welcome to another episode of Finding Serenity in the Midst of Chaos podcast. Today, we are talking about 3 ways to feel happy right now. Stay tuned. Hello, Ian. How are you?
Hello, I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
Yes, marvelous. Thank you. Yes,
Very good.
the summer is arriving slowly.
Well, we started. Yeah, you can't see. Well, you can a little bit. I'm in my t-shirt and shorts again, so I'm
Perfect.
happy.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Okay.
yeah, it's here.
It's here. Fantastic. Well, there's a reason to be happy, right?
That's one reason,
That's one reason.
definitely.
Well, we can add to our list of 3. Here's a bonus.
Oh,
The
great.
weather is
We'll have
getting
that. That's a
better.
bonus. Yeah.
That's the bonus. Well, actually, it's a great start to our talk because I want to make a this small but very important distinction on today's episode. How do I feel happy right now? How do I feel
Okay.
happy? Not how do I be happy?
Right. Okay.
And they are 2 different things.
That's a deliberate choice of words there, isn't it? Yeah.
That is a deliberate choice of words, and probably about, I don't know, 3,000 years ago, it feels like we did an episode about the difference between feeling happy and being happy. And
Yes, I think I vaguely remember that one. Yeah, we had
yeah,
lots of chats, so I can't remember everything, but
yeah,
yeah.
but I think it's a good time to revisit.
Yes, indeed.
And yeah, I think there's a lot to delve into here, but I want to give our listeners the reason why they came here for. Here are 3 ways you can feel happy right now. First of all, what is the distinction between feeling happy and being happy? Being happy is a state of mind. It is a way of being. It is your
Right.
choice, and it is basically how you are. It's a decision. You are
Okay.
happy or you're not happy. That's it.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
part of your identity. I'm a happy person,
Mm.
you know? And so being happy is your state of mind, no matter what's going on in your life. So, but today we're specifically going to talk about feeling happy because,
Mm.
as you know, feelings come and go.
That's
Feelings,
right. That's yeah.
yeah, are emotions, which is energy in motion. So there is stuff going through your body that the feelings can come and go, but obviously feeling happy on a consistent basis will end up you being happy as a result as a person. But
Yes. Yeah.
let's see
So it's something
what's,
that we want to achieve. We want to be
yeah.
feeling
Hmm.
that way. We understand it can come and go. So
Yeah,
that's a good starting point, I would think. Yeah.
it can come and go, and we don't need to necessarily make yourself, if you're listening right now and watching this video, you don't need to feel like you have to be happy all the time or you have to
Mhm.
feel happy all the time. We are humans, and there's going to be things coming and going, and life will throw things at you, but you can choose at any moment how to change how you feel. And we've
Mm.
done I've done many videos you'll find in my library about how to feel better in the moment.
In the moment. Yeah.
But now let's just think about how to feel happy. Here are the 3 things that I'm going to suggest to you. Number 1, feelings are created by our thoughts. First of all, if you keep thinking happy thoughts, you are going to feel happy at that moment. As simple
It
as
does make
that.
sense. Yeah. Well, that's nice. It is simple, and yeah, yeah. I can see that there is a correlation there. That does make a lot
There,
of sense.
there is definitely a correlation. And if you're thinking, well, I can't choose what I'm thinking, you are right. You can't choose what you're thinking, but you can choose to focus on what thoughts come through your head, because you probably are having lots of thoughts coming in and out of your
Mm.
mind.
Mm.
You can train your brain to focus on the ones that makes you feel happy, the ones that are useful for you, the ones that are actually going to make you feel good in yourself.
Mm.
So that
So
could,
that there was a
yeah,
word for you then, focus. So it's not
yeah.
saying stopping them from bad thoughts from coming, or even stopping good thoughts from coming. It's about what we give attention to then, isn't it?
That's right. I love
So
how you
so
put it. Yeah.
a bad
What we give
thought. I
it.
just told you before. I just come in. I
Mm.
I managed to crunch my hand in the door. I mean, it sounds awful.
Oh dear.
But it's just a bit of a cut and bruise. But yeah, so I
Mm.
mean, I was just thinking about that now as we were talking about. But I shouldn't. I can choose to dismiss that. It doesn't have any bearing anymore now. That's happened. It's gone. It's not that bad. So that thought's gone. Now the thought of me spending a bit more time in the sun just came into my head this
Yeah.
afternoon. and looking out the studio window and seeing the blue sky. I want to focus on that.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that
so
makes you feel
I'm
happy.
already practicing and doing it a little bit now, even while we're recording.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's simple as choosing what we focus on, what thoughts we focus on, and I guess you train your brain. When I say train your brain, is by basically spending a few minutes a day by focusing on a thought or a white noise or whatever. You could call it meditation. You could call it
Yes.
literally a focusing exercise, and it doesn't have to be
Right.
hours a day. You can start with a few minutes a day to get yourself into that state and to train your brain to choose what you want to focus on. And that's how you can feel better almost in an instant.
Right. See, I've read about something about it, take a green pen and
Hmm.
focus purely on the greenness of the pen. Don't
Okay.
think about how long it is or what kind of pen it is or what color the
Yeah.
top is. Focus on the greenness of the pen. Is that a sort of thing we're talking about, or have I
Oh
gone
yeah,
off?
it's just literally look for, and if the thoughts of how long is this pen and how good a make it is, how well it writes, will keep coming to you. But
Right.
if
Yes.
you're telling your mind to focus how green it is, how intensely green it is, it will
Uh-huh.
do what you tell it to do, right?
Brilliant.
So that's
Okay.
focusing
So
like
yeah.
that. So
Okay. So that is
mhm.
it. We are talking about a very simple exercise. That few minutes a day. Yeah.
Few minutes a day. And the opposite can be also true when you
Mm-hmm.
focus on bad thoughts, like sadness and sad thoughts and sad memories or whatever. You're going to start to immediately feel bad or feel sad or feel angry, whatever the thought that you focus on. So this is just applies to any feeling that you might have.
Mm.
But if you want to feel happy in the moment, just focus on the happy thoughts. So that's number one.
Okay, that's number one. Great. Love it.
That's number two. The number two is do something that makes you feel good at that moment, whether it's to go for a walk. I mean, for you, going for a long walk with your dog makes you
Mm.
feel good, or
Hmm.
sunshine makes you feel good.
Mm.
I once wrote a list of 30 things that makes me feel good, that brings me joy. So when I'm in a not good state of mind, perhaps when I'm not really feeling great, I can look back on that list and just remember there's one simple thing that could make me feel good at that point in
Mm.
time, feel
Mm.
happy.
Wow.
So, and it could be as simple as reconnecting with that.
Right. Yeah.
And we like to overcomplicate things, don't we?
Well, it's one of these topics that you can go into levels of complication, but I mean, our listeners really just want to know, what can I do and will it work, isn't it? Almost.
Mm.
So,
It will only work when you practice it, when you apply
yeah.
it.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's like anything else. Nobody else can do it for you. We've actually got to put some
Mm.
effort in. We got to put some energy and
Energy into this.
time.
And also, we don't expect it to happen. I mean, this feeling thing is instant,
Instant.
literally
Yeah.
with the
Yeah,
thoughts,
yeah.
focusing on the
That's
thoughts.
good.
It can be instant. You can go from crying to smiling and feeling rejuvenated altogether within literally seconds. But in order for this to become your dominant state of mind, you need to
Yeah.
keep practicing this. And just like going to the gym and not expecting your muscles to grow really big and strong
Mm.
in the first second,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't expect this to work either. You have to keep putting the work in for
Mm.
this to become your state
Yeah.
of mind. So number
All
two
right.
was do something that makes you feel good. And if you do prepare a list of things that make you feel good, you can always go back and refer to that list when you're not feeling great.
And you've done that. That's your
Yes,
experience. Yeah.
it is my experience. And number three, do something good for somebody else.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like the act of kindness. Because when we
Mm.
make other people happy, when we see a smile, when we help someone, then we feel great, don't we? It makes
Mm.
us feel accomplished, makes us
Yes.
feel worthy and
Yeah.
happy
Yeah.
altogether.
Done
So
something useful today. I've done something good. It's yeah. I'm worth it, sort of thing. Yeah, and that's a whole different topic. But yeah,
yeah, but I
in the
mean,
moment.
it is exactly at that moment in time being able to help an elderly person cross the
Mm.
road, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
or
That's the classic
have an
one.
have an elderly parent navigate through internet or whatever it might be, look through their phone or I don't know, I'm just seeing these silly examples, but
No, they're all practical
anything,
things we
help
can
a
do.
colleague use an Excel sheet in a better way.
Mm.
I definitely did need that sort of help in the past.
Oh, I like Excel. Yes, I like playing
Yeah.
around with Excel. Yeah.
So, it's all of these little things that we do, good deeds that we do for other people makes us feel good. God knows whatever hormones that release the good feel hormones, but
Oh,
right
yes.
now at that point in time we feel good, and I'm sure there's many other things that you can do to feel good in the moment, but
Mm.
these are my top three examples that you can tap into at any time. And if you're prepared, like with the list, then you can easily access them no
Mm.
matter where you are. You can carry that list in your phone, you can have it
Sure.
in a little notebook in your bag or whatever, so
Yep.
that's
Yep.
always accessible. Your mind is always accessible to you, so you can
Yes.
always train it to focus on great things.
Mm.
And doing a good deed for somebody, there's always people around you, whether it's at
Mm.
school,
Yeah.
playground, whether it's in the office, whether it's your neighbors. Do something good, and
Mm.
you'll see how great you're going to feel, like, immediately.
That's great. I mean, there's always a need, isn't there, that you can attend to in that, in this third one, you say did something for
Mm,
somebody else there, and it could just be having a chat and a coffee with somebody, it
that's
just,
right.
just makes their day, doesn't it? And you just know that you've sent them away. It reminds me of when I was in hospital and I wanted to send away, instead of focus on the fear of what's this person coming to my bed for, what they're going to do, what am I going to experience now, it was, here's another person to talk to. I
Hmm.
want to send them away happier than when they came to the bed. So, oh, I
Okay.
don't think we met before. Oh, yeah. Or rather, yes, you came and
Hmm.
gave me an injection, 2 days ago. I remember. Yeah. Have you had a good couple of days then? Yeah. What you've been doing in your time off,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And then the whole thing is about them and not me. And then
Yeah.
by the time they've gone and given me this injection, I've forgotten kind of what what they come to see me. Forgotten about the injection,
Yeah,
and
that
my
is a
thoughts are
great
on better things.
example, Ian.
So,
That's
yeah.
that's a great example. You know why? Because
Uh huh.
you've just demonstrated
Right.
by doing an act of kindness, which you decided that you're going to do. You're going to make them, send them happier than they came to
Yes.
your bed
Yeah,
for.
that's right.
That's the category number three. But you
Yes.
also did category number one by focusing your attention something other than yourself.
Aha.
So
Yes.
you
Yeah.
kind of combine the two together and actually
Oh,
made yourself feel happy at that moment, and practice focusing on the greater things at that moment. That is mastery. You're learning.
well, there you go. And this was over a year. This is 18 months ago now,
You are
believe
learning.
it or
That's
not.
good.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've been here for 4 years or more
Yes,
now
it's not
doing
gone
these
to waste.
recordings.
That's good.
No, well, I'm pleased you can see some progress there. Pleased that I can actually demonstrate and do some of the stuff that we're trying to help other people do. I mean, that's the
Well, that's
secret.
good. That is a
Uh,
secret. It's all in the embodiment of the
mm,
work that we keep talking about.
yeah. And the
We're
fact that
not.
we need to do it ourselves. We haven't ticked the box and put it all to bed. We're still
Oh
working
yeah.
on it in our own lives.
We,
So
we certainly are. I mean, life is gonna life no matter what.
yeah,
So
that's it. Yeah, you
we've
don't
got,
ever tick the box, do you?
yeah.
Really?
But there's different opportunities that is brought to you to be able to practice all of these principles that we've been talking about over in the podcast and other
Mm,
material that I share. Is important to practice these things so that you can start to see the change for yourself.
mm.
So that's wonderful. Excellent. And then your bonus thing was to look at the sunshine. That kind of makes you
Yeah.
feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it kind of fit. Yeah, so that could be on my list then, couldn't it? That's number two part of my list that I haven't
Exactly,
written, but
that's true. That is true. The
yeah,
one thing before we finish off, this
sure, yeah.
I hope you can use these three great tips at any time. You can start practicing them right now if you're not feeling great. And by the way, a little caveat from the a little sidetrack from the topic. Do subscribe to our channel to make
I'll
sure
do.
that you get up to date with all the videos that we do every week on the podcast alone, and there's other videos for you to watch as well. And also make sure you leave a review in any podcast platform you're listening to, because this is going to help more people when you do that. So, like I said, before we finish off this topic of feeling happy, as I said at the very beginning, being happy is a state of mind. So in order to be in that more kind of a baseline happiness state of mind, we need to master the feeling happy in the moment kind of way.
Right. So this is
But
the start, yeah,
this
and
is
then
the
it leads
start.
to the next. Okay, that's good. That's good clarity there.
This good clarity, but, and there is a small but, we need to make sure that our happiness then doesn't depend on stuff that's going on outside. So if the sun is not shining,
Yeah.
will you be unhappy then all of a
No, I'll find
sudden?
something else to think about. There's other stuff, it's not
Exactly.
just the sun.
And if somebody else is not happy, your boss isn't happy, does that mean that you become miserable?
No,
So,
no, I
and
try
our
and make them,
mind
try and
can,
bring them up to me rather than
and
pull them
our
down.
mind can focus on, he can absorb, start to absorb the oh, he's not happy, maybe I've done something, and all the other thoughts start to come in. And then this is where we focus our mind again to feel the happiness, is to happy thoughts. Well, you know what, it doesn't matter, because he's probably had a long day or sleepless night, and that's why he's unhappy. It's nothing to do with me. So
Yes.
this, by practicing the feeling happy, we start to become a happier person altogether in a baseline. Like I said, the life is going to throw things at you, but you can choose happiness at any moment, regardless of what may be going on outside of you. So cool.
Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what's going on inside of my head now. I'm thinking, I'm ready for a cup of tea. Are we
Fantastic.
done?
We are done. Go have a cup of tea if
There we go.
that
There's a
makes you
happy
happy.
thought.
Fantastic. Well,
But I also got a happy thought. I do look forward to the next conversation.
yes, looking forward to speaking again soon.